It's officially my favourite time of the year. And no, it's not the fact that I'm about to jet off on my summer holidays. No people, this is my favourite time of the year because the summer shoe sales have started. Right team, so this video I'm going to be bringing you some absolute bargains because all the running shoes are basically going on sale. It is awesome if you are after a new pair of running shoes for your maybe autumn race or whatever you're training for, maybe even in the new year. Now is the best time to pick up some absolute bangers. So I was on the train on the way home and I was like searching through sportshoes.com like you do. And I came across one shoe, which then made me check another shoe. And then all of a sudden I started to realize that a lot of my favorite running shoes are now on sale. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you sort of my 5 picks, the sort of shoes that if I wasn't censoring any shoes that I'd probably be looking at to pick up because they are so cheap. And when I say so cheap, I mean the fact that they've come down like massively from the original price tag. Some of these are still quite expensive, but the point is they're coming down so much and it's now worth looking at them. So I'm going to give you those 5 shoes. I'm going to tell you why I think they're worth maybe having a look at, and I may stick a cheeky one in at the end, I'm not sure. So I've headed over to our friends at sportshoes.com because they support the channel, and the shoes I'm going to talk about today are over at sportshoes.com. Now if you didn't know, if you're an affiliated club member at 40 Runs, you can get 15% off at sportshoes.com. I don't know whether that applies to these sale items or not, right? Because I've done this sort of Googling all by myself. I probably should have checked that discount code. Anyway, let's crack on with these shoes because like I said, I'm not joking. There's some absolute bangers in here, which I think if you can pick up at the right price, you're going to be getting a very good shoe at a very good price. Okay, so the first shoe is probably my favorite marathon shoe of the last year or so. And that's the New Balance SE Elite version 4. Now the original price tag on that shoe is £260, which is why basically I could never really hand on heart recommend it to you guys. But that shoe is now in the sales, okay? And it is an absolutely brilliant marathon race day shoe for everyday runners. We've got the full length Puma foam in there, we've got carbon plates, 40mm stack, usual sort of things that you'd expect now with a super shoe. But where the SE Elite version 4 excels is because it's nice and wide, and because it's so wide, it creates a little bit of stability. Now, if you're like me and you're an everyday runner towards the end of the marathon, you get a bit tired, your form goes out the window, you tend to drop back a little bit and you need a little bit of support in the shoe. Well, the SE Elite actually gives you a little bit of that. It's in no shape or form a stability shoe, but because of the design and the setup of the shoe, it actually works very well for people who do lose form towards the end of the marathon. It's a great shoe at carrying pace as well. The outsole's good, upper's good. The only thing I would say is just check your fit, check your size, and I always go up to a US 10.5 in New Balance shoes. But yes, watch out for the SE Elite version 4. If you can pick that up in the sales, especially over at sportshoes.com, you're going to get an absolutely brilliant marathon race day shoe for whatever you're doing in the autumn. Now the next shoe we're going to be sticking with New Balance, and there's a very good reason for that. Last year I made a load of videos about the SE Trainer version 3. Again, a very expensive shoe from New Balance, £230, something like that, but it is phenomenal as a training shoe. If you are marathon training, this is an absolute gem. You can do longer miles in it, you can take it into some of those races maybe that you're using to warm up for your main race, but it can literally do all those great big long runs you've got to do with a cheeky little bit of marathon pace in there and some of the workouts in the week, and it can soak all of that up. Again, similar along the lines to the SE Elite version 4, you do need to check your sizing. Again, I always go up, okay? This shoe features a blended EVA PBA midsole, so it's not as soft as the SE Elite version 4, but it works very well with the plate that's in there. It really is an absolutely phenomenal training shoe if you're maybe doing a half marathon, but in particular, a full marathon in the autumn. We're sticking to race day for now, and then we're going to drop down a little bit, but basically the next shoe will work for some of you and not for others, and that shoe is the Adidas Pro 4. Now that retails for £220, but if you can pick that up in the sale before they sell out, you're going to get a fantastic shoe if it works for you. Now I've highlighted this because if you can pick this up, I do think this is going to be a good shoe for some of you because we've had some really good feedback on a video I did about the shoe. I said, is this the worst shoe, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people in the comments absolutely love the Pro 4. Now, I've had much documented issues. I put that on here where I've had to change around the insole and things like that. And I've dialed that in now. So I'm, again, liking the shoe. But it's something to be aware of. Also, to be aware of is to watch your sizing. Again, half a size up in the Pro 4. But it's a phenomenal shoe if it works for you. Light Stripe Pro in there, really aggressive rocker, lightweight, great outsole, will make you feel like a hero on race day. And if you're going to get it cheaper than £220 in these summer sales, well, it's well worth getting. Okay, let's tone it down a little bit. Now, one shoe that we've actually got a review coming out soon is the Hurricane 25 from Saucony. Now, in the sales, you're going to be able to pick up the Hurricane 24 from Saucony really cheap. And it's fundamentally the same shoe as version 25. And it was kind of interesting, when I got to version 25, I'd sort of, I don't know, forgotten about the Hurricane. But when I put it back into the rotation to use it, so obviously we could review it, I just remembered how good it is. It's got a Power Run PB core in it. It's, again, inherently stable, so I think it would suit a lot of people. It's extremely comfortable. For its size, it's got a lot of pep to the ride. You've got like a 38mm stack in there. You do have the Power Run sort of frame going around there as well, so it does, again, provide a stable ride. It's not a stability shoe, but it does provide a stable ride. But because of that PB core in there, it feels great underfoot. Now, that was new, £155, but again, in the sale, you're going to get a great shoe that's basically the same as the new version. So that's a great one. Again, that would work for anybody, maybe bigger dudes and dudesses, somebody maybe who's training for a half marathon, or you just want a super comfortable shoe just to wear in terms of your week of running. It's a great, comfortable shoe to go out there and enjoy life. So check out the Hurricane 24, that could be a real steal. Next up, talking about stability. The Puma Forever Run Nitro 2 is amazing, right? It is absolutely amazing. It's a mild stability shoe. It doesn't have any of those postings, plastic stuff and all that sort of stuff in it. They've sort of worked it out and played around with the shoe to make it inherently stable, but without, as I said, all that plastic and crap basically they used to throw in to some of the mild stability shoes. They've also then added the nitro foam on the shoe with the Puma Grip outsole, and what they've created is a absolutely remarkable daily trainer for somebody who needs a little bit of mild stability. Shoe's about £140 new, but again, this is going to drop into the sale, people, and this is one to pick up. Even if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily need stability, this is still a very good shoe. It really is. Again, 38mm stack, something like that. Upper's really nice, and it just feels really good on foot. It's a great daily trainer. It really, really is. Obviously, you've got to watch out with Puma shoes. They do run a little bit narrow, so just be mindful of that. But honestly, you're going to be able to pick that one up pretty cheap, I reckon, in the sale. Talking of shoes you're going to pick up real cheap, I reckon you're going to be able to get the Rebel 4 from New Balance now really cheap. Now, that was £140 new, but we've got Rebel V5 out now. But V4 is a brilliant up-tempo daily trainer. You've got that Puma blend of the Fuel Cell midsole in there. It's lightweight, it feels epically good underfoot. You can do your up-tempo workouts. You can even run a little bit easier in it as well. It's a great shoe to complement maybe something like the SC Elite version 4 if you are somebody who's marathon training. But again, £140 new that shoe was, but you are definitely going to get that seriously cheaper in these sales because version 5 is here, and it's a brilliant shoe. It really, really is. It's a little bit lower to the ground. I think it had about 30mm stack, something like that. So it's not over the top in terms of stack heights, and it feels great. It really does. The ride on that thing is really surprising actually when you put it on. It's just got a nice bit of bounce about it, something good about it. It just, so you put it on, you just feel great in the shoe, and that is what you want, right? Couple more to go. Next one's an absolute bargain. The Saucony Ride 18. Yeah, the Saucony Ride 18. It's as boring as watching cricket. Well, I think I might get hammered in the comments for that. Anyway, no, the Ride 18, right, is boring, but in a good way because it does all the basics of a daily trainer. You know, you can do all the sort of shorter runs and you go slightly longer in it. You can do slightly faster stuff in it. You can do slightly easier stuff in it. It basically does everything you want, but it does it in a package that's, well, it's not going to blow the doors off. But you're going to be able to get that 100 and whatever it is pound shoe, I'm telling you now, seriously cheap in the sales. And if you can, you're going to get a very good daily trainer for your money, all right? It will do everything you want. You've got the Power Run PB, no, Power Run Plus foam in there that used to be on the Triumph, and it's phenomenal. Comfortable, durable, and just a really nice place to be. That shoe's a lot lighter than it used to be. And again, you can run that alongside some of the, like, say, the SC Elite version 4s and that sort of stuff. If you're half marathon trainer, you can pop that in as a daily trainer into your rotation. It'll mop up most of the stuff you needed to do. So check out that one, guys. I'm not joking. That is an absolute bargain if you can pick that up really cheap. It's, as I say, a great daily trainer. It's boring, but it's boring in a good way because it can do all the basics really well. Next one's a bit out there, and that's the Rocket X2. We just had the Rocket X3 on the channel, and Rocket X2 is £220, I think it was, new. But what's going to happen is Rocket X2 is going to come down in price because obviously they need to shift Rocket X3. And if you can pick that up really cheap, I'm talking 20–30% off, you're going to get an amazing shoe. Now for me, that's like a 10K half marathon shoe, right? Because it's really soft, but it's really fast. It's got like a dual density Puma foam in there, full length carbon plate, racing up, all the sort of stuff that you want from a really good super shoe. But it's not like loaded up in terms of stack height. I think it's 36–37 millimeters of stack in the heel, so it's not massively stacked up. It really is a little bit more lower down, lower slung, but you feel so epically fast in it. It's amazing. As I said, that was £220 new, but I'm actually convinced that is going to get whacked down into the sales, and that is definitely one to pick up if you're looking to train maybe for a 10K or half marathon. You want something for race day, or even, as I said, put something into your week for those workouts, for those tempo runs, for those interval sessions, and then take into race day. It's a phenomenal shoe that didn't get enough love, I don't think, over recent years, because it came out and then they did nothing with it, and then Rocket X3 came out just recently, so there was a big gap in the middle where everyone sort of forgot about it. But it really is a good shoe, so go and check that one out if you can get that in the sales. Now the last one I'm going to throw in, and I think this is, again, an unsung hero, is the Saucony Pro 4. Now Saucony Pro 5 is not coming, I think, until January to March next year, all right? And what they're doing is they're chucking loads of colorways at Pro 4. But that shoe's £230 still in some places. But if you can pick that up in the sales at sportshoes.com, for example, you're going to be able to get an amazing shoe. Now I wore that in the Berlin Marathon, and I had a phenomenal time in it. It did everything I wanted it to do. It's really good. XT900 outsole, Power Run PB, got a little bit of Power Run HG in there as well. Good upper, fits well, not over the top in terms of weight, not over the top in terms of softness. It's a really good marathon race day shoe. Again, you can stick that into a 10K half marathon, whatever you want to do, right? You're going to get a shoe that can do all the distances you need it to do. And that's my last one. I just stuck that in at the end because I think the Pro 4 is actually going to be a bit of a sneaky find in these sales that are coming our way. So they're the shoes that I'm looking at sportshoes.com. What shoes are you looking at picking up in the sales, or have you already started? Have you got ahead of the curve? Let me know in the comments, what shoes are you picking up cheap? So there we go, people. As I said, this is a good time to buy running shoes, yeah? These big ticket items like the SC Elite version 4, £260. SC Trainer, which is brilliant, £230. They're coming down in price, yeah, in these sales. You're going to be able to pick up really, really good shoes that maybe have been out of reach before. Now is the time to get them, people, because as I said, the sales are here. Get online, head over to sportshoes.com, smash the life out of it. Let me know in the comments what you've been buying, and I'll catch you all later.